From the red lanterns of Edo, to the neon of post-war Tokyo and today, Japan's sexual culture has traveled a long and winding road. Edo, Meiji, post-war, and modern times. Each era left its own mark on Japan's sexual culture. In Edo, the shogunate built Yoshiwara, an official red light district, a government-regulated zone, not a hidden alley. At night, thousands of lanterns glowed. Yoshiwara was not only about sex, it became a stage for society. The shogunate controlled the rules, collected taxes, and used the brothel system to maintain order. Courtesans lived in strict ranks. At the top, the glamorous orange symbols of beauty and culture. But most women were trapped by debt and disease. In Meiji times, prohibition was declared. Yet thousands of women were sent abroad as Karayukisan, their labor funding Japan's modernization. Modern Japan built unique spaces. The Love Hotel, born from the lack of private rooms in traditional homes. The shogunate required lords to travel to Edo with thousands of retainers. This imbalance of men created rising demand for pleasure districts. 7 men for every 3 women. The imbalance pushed the state to legalize controlled outlets. Prostitution became both taxation and social control. The orange beauty parades were dazzling. But only a small fraction lived in such splendor. Most courtesans carried endless debts, their lives bound like numbers in a ledger. Meiji leaders, seeking Western approval, issued decrees to ban prostitution. Mixed bathing banned, night visits banned. But social habits do not change overnight. Women were shipped abroad. Japanese enclaves grew in port cities, their labor fueling trade and modernization. Many were deceived by false job offers, only to find themselves trapped in exploitation. In 1945, just 3 days after surrender, the government ordered brothels for occupying forces. Old brothel owners were gathered to run new facilities for U.S. troops. Sex work became part of Japan's post-war survival. 1946, the licensed brothel system was abolished. 1956, the anti-prostitution law passed. Yet loopholes remained. Intercourse was banned, but other sexual services were legally permitted. In this gray zone, the industry expanded even more. Not only for men, women too found pleasure in host clubs, where they were treated like princesses. Hosts bowed, poured drinks, and gave women the fantasy of royal treatment. Japan's traditional houses lacked privacy. This drove the need for external spaces, the love hotels. Neon lights turned love hotels into private fantasy spaces. Thin walls and overheard sounds nurtured a culture of voyeurism. By the late 20th century, the sex industry became a system. Agencies, producers, distributors, and platforms. But many women fell into debt traps, forced into contracts they could not escape. Recently, Japan introduced laws to protect performers, allowing them to cancel coercive contracts. Today, Papakatsu paid dates with older men continue as a modern form of transactional sex. In Shinjuku, runaway youth, the Toyoko kids, wander alleys, often slipping into the sex trade. As a result, STDs spread rapidly. Syphilis cases have surged in recent years. Yet sex crimes remain underreported, as victims face blame and stigma. From Edo's lanterns, to Meiji decrees, to post-war neon, to modern gray zones, Japan's sexual culture is a history of control and desire. Japan became a nation of sex, not by chance, but through centuries of culture, politics, and power intertwined. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell. And let us know in the comments what topic you'd like us to cover next.